Let's look at an example with a fraction exponent. What does it mean when we have a base raised to a fraction power? Well, the top number is our power, and the bottom number, the number underground, is our root. So if we want to rewrite that as a radical, which we have some concept of, the denominator, the root, goes in here. That's also called our index number, so we can call this a root or index, either one. And the top number is the power. So what we're going to do, and this will make the math easier, we need to apply both the power in the root. We'll take the root, get that simplified, then raise it to a power. Let's look at this example with a fraction. The root is 2. I want to apply that first. So what I'm going to do is put this under a radical. And this is an index of 2, which is a square root. Usually we don't write that index, but that is a square root. What do I square to get this number and this number? And then we'll take that result and raise it to the third power. So we're going to apply the root, what's underground, and then raise it to a power. Now, when you have a fraction under a radical, you can just take each root separately. The square root of 121 is 11. Or you can use a calculator to find it. If you should be familiar maybe with your first few perfect squares, maybe up to, I'd say 225. It just makes life a lot easier instead of having to calculate it every time. If you've got the smaller calculator here, you would just put in 121 and square root it, get 11. 144 is a perfect square, and the square root of 144 is 12. So I've applied the square root and simplified, so that's gone now. I've done that. Now I need to cube it. Again, I could write out 11 twelfths times 11 twelfths times 11 twelfths, but we can also apply the cube individually. We can take 11 and raise it to the third power, and take 12 and raise it to the third power. And if you want to use a calculator, you can multiply 11 times 11 times 11. Or if you've got a scientific calculator, here's my exponent button here. And I get 1,331. And 12 cubed, again, 12 times 12 times 12, or use your exponent key. And we get this number here.